All right, tell me something honestly. Have you ever found yourself in a situation kind of like this?
Story time.
There's this girl in your life. There's always a girl in your life, isn't there, bro? But there's this girl in your life, and for lack of a better term, you think that she is the bee's knees.
You're old.
She's the best thing since buttered bread. Okay, let me just use basic human terms. But she's incredible, right? She's beautiful.
Wow! Beautiful!
She's gorgeous.
She is very gorgeous to me!
And you just think this girl is absolutely 10 out of 10. And over time, you started to develop feelings for this particular girl. And so on one fateful day, you woke up and you thought to yourself, you know what? Fuck this, bro. I like this girl. I'm pretty cool as a guy. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to tell this girl how I feel. I'm going to confess my dying love to this woman. And you know what? We're going to be together forever. We're going to have a family. We're going to be happy. We're going to live happily ever after, right? Maybe you had big enough balls to do it in person. Maybe you were a little bit shy and so you sent a letter, maybe even sent her a message. But despite your hard efforts, despite the dream of living happily ever after, this girl said, you know what? I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, Ed. I'm sorry, insert your name here. I don't think that we should be together. Or I think that we'd be better off as friends, right? The dreaded friendship speech. But long story short, you got rejected. Or you know what? Maybe you even got this girl at first. Maybe she was like, I like you too. I want to be with you as well. You're a cool guy. And you spent years with her, right? You fell madly in love with this girl. You were planning your children's names, bro. Like, this is a sad video, actually. Like, I'm making jokes, but this shit can be real sad.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Right? So maybe you plan baby names, and 4 years, 5 years down the line, she hits you with the, I just don't feel the same as I once did speech. Or maybe there's somebody else speech, and your heart was absolutely shattered. Maybe you found yourself in one of these scenarios, and I'm here to tell you today that I've never been in one of those situations, because unlike you, I'm not a loser. I could just unsubscribe. I'm joking, bro. Who am I kidding? I've been in every one of those scenarios that I just said. I mean, how else would I have known what it was like? I've been in every rejection you could imagine, bro. I've been rejected from a 2-day relationship, bro. I've been in a relationship that lasted 2 days. I shit you not, bro. Like, I've also been the guy in the 4-year relationship, right? My first ever proper relationship was probably one of the most beautiful and one of the most horrifying experiences I've ever had in my life. I was in love with this girl for like 4 years, and yeah, it was rough, bro. So I got rejected after a 4-year relationship and a 2-day relationship. I've been on this end of the spectrum and this end of the spectrum, so
I'm a man of many talents.
it sucks being in one of these scenarios, but hopefully with the knowledge that I've learned over the years. I mean, I'm still here, right? I'm alive, I'm well, I'm smiling, I'm laughing about it today, even though I was crying about it years ago, right? I survived. And I'm here today to tell you that you can too. But not only will you survive, if you use this situation in the correct way, my brother, I promise you that you can absolutely thrive and use this as the fire, the fuel, the motivation to achieve the best life for yourself that you never even dreamed was possible for yourself. I let the rejections hurt me so much, and I let them waste. This is the worst part. I let the rejections waste so many years of my life, so many years of my potential. And I really don't want to see you go through the same thing. Because the sad but honest truth of the day is that you can either let this rejection make you be bitter, or you can allow it to make you be better. There's literally no other way around it, right? It's up to you to choose which direction you go. And hopefully with the message of this video today, I'm going to really encourage you to go towards the better side of life. Because truthfully, bro, it's much better on this side when you can honestly deal with rejection in a healthy, mature, and masculine way. I found the most incredible letter, right? It sounds weird, but I found this letter that a famous American writer by the name of John Steinbeck, I don't know why I can never pronounce these names. I need to do my bloody research better. But there's this letter that this famous American author wrote to his son, because at the time his son was in love with this one woman named Susan. Turns out the son went on to have 3 flippin' marriages, right? He got rejected a lot, but that's why this video is going to help you. But in this letter that the American writer wrote to his son, he gives probably the most profound advice on rejection and breakups that I've ever heard, and honestly resonates so much with my own personal experience. And so we're going to read through parts of this letter today, and you'll be able to see the specific mindset shifts that this incredible author will impart on you. Steinbeck first says that it sometimes happens that what you feel is not returned for one reason or another. But, here's the but, that does not make your feeling any less valuable and good. My interpretation of this incredible sentence is that despite how you feel right now, despite the fact that you feel rejected because you are not good enough, because it's you that's the problem, it's because you're not handsome, smart enough, strong enough, successful enough, right? Just because you feel that way right now does not mean that your opinion of yourself is true. Just because this girl rejected you, this one girl out of millions, billions of women rejected you, it does not make your value any less worthy. It does not make you less of a man just because one girl didn't see that value in you.
I'm still worthy.
Right? And you need to realize this. Sometimes you honestly need to remind yourself that you have so much potential. You have so much value and love and life to offer, not only to another person, but to the world at large. And honestly, bro, sometimes people just can't see that. But that's not your problem. And you need to remember that it's not your problem. And I'm not saying you need to get angry at these people and say, you don't see my worth, you. You know, it's not the way I want you to go about this. I want you to take the perspective that, you know what, you can't see my worth for one reason or another, and really realize that you are a man worthy of love and respect, despite the relationships that you gain or you lose. This is the best part of the letter, and this is the core message I want you to take away from this video today. Steinbeck says, and don't worry about losing. If it is right, it happens. Nothing good gets away. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, I can't count. Those 4 words, bro. Nothing good gets away. If you do anything with this video today, I want you to internalize those words and internalize that mantra as though it was like breathing to you. Nothing good gets away. If you can internalize this saying, no heartbreak and no rejection will ever get to you the same way that it once did. And I promise you that. If it's meant for you, if it's meant to be in your life, would it ever leave you, right? Would it ever reject you? This dream wife that you've envisioned for yourself, this amazing relationship, like think about the ideal relationship that you'd have in your life. The woman that you would fall in love with, the woman that you could call your soulmate, that you're going to have kids with, build a life with. Do you think this woman is going to reject you? Do you think that this love of your life would ever come up to you and say, you know what? I don't love you anymore. I don't feel the same way I felt about you. Or sorry, you're not good enough for me, or I just don't want to be with you. Would this ideal soulmate of yours ever say things like this to you? No, obviously. And if she does, bro, like I said, you got bigger issues to deal with then if you think that love is a woman not making you feel like the best man possible. That you think that a relationship is supposed to make you feel worthless. That it is supposed to make you question your value to the world, right? Your ideal relationship would never leave you. And that is the fact of the matter. It was there to either teach you a lesson, it was there to make you a stronger man. But I'll tell you one thing, it was not there to be with you for the long run. And yes, you must take accountability for the places that you might have up, right? The mistakes that you might have made, because a relationship, there's always 2 sides of the story. You weren't this perfect person. There's always something that you can learn from and become better with from a past and failed relationship. But think about the example of your friends, right? You've up with your friends before, haven't you? You've probably said some dumb shit around the boys. You've probably done some simpish behavior. You've acted like a clown. But have your true friends left you? Have your true friends decided to stop loving you, and have they decided to exit your life just because you up, or maybe you're going through a rough time? No, because they are meant to be in my life. They know the goodness that is in me, and your friends know the goodness that is in you. So why would you accept behavior from a woman that doesn't see that value in you, that doesn't appreciate the man that you are, when your friends will? Like, it doesn't make sense. All right, let's get back to the next part of the letter, shall we? If you are in love, that is a good thing. That's about the best thing that can happen to anyone. Gratitude is probably one of the biggest lessons I teach on this channel, right? The power of gratitude. I can't even explain to you how much it can change your life. It can change your entire perspective on the world. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to change your perspective on this heartbreak. Because right now, let's be honest, bro, you're feeling sorry for yourself. You should be grateful for this experience, right? Why aren't you grateful that you even got to meet this woman in the first place? And I know at first I'm going to sound like a pretentious douchebag and you're going to say, bro, like that's horrible. Like I'm feeling a lot of pain right now. I wish I hadn't met this girl. But that's the way you feel right now. Bro, I promise you, give it 5, 10 years, not even 5 years. This is drastic, but like give it a year. I promise you, bro, give it a year and you'll look back and not only will you be so much more healed from the situation, but you'll look back with gratitude. You will never, ever want to take back the moments, the love that you shared with this woman. And even though she's no longer here, even though it didn't work out, that love, it doesn't leave you. And if you can be grateful for the fact that, damn, bro, I actually got to experience love. I got to experience this amazing relationship that's made me a better man or is going to make me a better man in the future. Bro, that gratitude will change your entire life. If you love someone, there is no possible harm in saying so. Only you must remember that some people are shy. I mean, Steinbeck literally says sometimes people are shy. And right, my perception of this sentence is that sometimes you don't know what people are like. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta be man enough to admit that you don't know what this person is thinking. You don't know exactly, despite what they've told you, you don't know what they've been through, right? And so how can you be so sure that the reason she rejected you is because you're a bad guy? Is because you did everything wrong? It's because you think that you are a disaster and like you'll never be good enough for this girl. What if she's going through some seriously tough times with her own family, with her own loved ones and relationships? What if she's had a traumatic past experience that has colored her view on relationships in a really negative way? Sometimes it's just not about you, bro. It's not all about you, right? You have no idea what this girl is going through. You have no idea what is best for the situation. You don't know that maybe this relationship, it shouldn't work out as much as you really want it to. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, for the greater good of all, this relationship is not meant to work out. And maybe this is supposed to be a lesson. And the final advice I have for you today, young man, is the best thing you could ever do for your dating life. It's the best thing you could do for your life in general. And it's pretty much the reason I have this YouTube channel. It's the reason I get in front of this camera day in and day out. If you want to get women, if you want to be successful, if you want to have anything in life, the best thing you could do for yourself is to become the best version of yourself. Are you the kind of man that your dream woman would see on the streets and say, that is the man I want? Or do you have some work to do? And if you're man enough right now to put your hand up and say, bro, there's some stuff I could improve about myself, 100%. There's things that I could fix. There's things that I could work on. Then you have my respect. Welcome to the brotherhood. I'm really glad to have you here. You will never see rejection in the same way ever again, because you will become the kind of man that can't be rejected, because you understand that at the end of the day, nothing good gets away. By the way, if you do want to watch a video about self-image and how to change your identity into a strong, confident, loving, and kind man that you've always wanted to be, I've done a video on that and you can watch it right over there.